I had this experience once when I was still in college, so I didn't go to traditional college, I guess. I did a 5-year, which turned into a 6.5-year Master of Divinity program at Trinity International University and Trinity Evangelical Divinity School. And so I don't actually have an undergraduate degree, but as part of the deal, I did have to do 2 years of undergraduate classes to basically qualify to enter into a traditional Master of Divinity program. One of the classes that I took while I was on the undergraduate side of my education was some class that had to do with Christian ministry more generally. And so it I don't remember if it was called Christian ministry or I don't remember the name, but I do remember one of the specific things that we went through. So one of the things that we were doing was doing kind of many different kinds of assessments to see what our strengths and what our weaknesses were. And I remember one day we took this spiritual gifts inventory thing, and don't get me started on those. I think that they're actually completely unhelpful, or almost completely unhelpful if you're doing a self-assessment. If you want to know where your gifts lie, talk to your parents, talk to your pastor. Don't just ask yourself. But we did them, and one of the things the professor did was to ask everybody during class, hey, what did you get for this spiritual gifts assessment or this spiritual gifts inventory? And we'll just write it up on the board. And one of the things that happened that has stuck with me now, even though I can't remember the name of the class, I can remember this experience because he went around the room and almost every single person said that they had the gift of discernment. Almost every single person. And I remember the professor's face when that kept coming up. He was pretty shocked. I'm one of those people that put that I have the gift of discernment. But I would also say that I believe that that is true. I believe that there are many other people that had told me and showed me and helped point out that I have the gift of discernment. I think that that was had been proven at this point. I was, by the way, a little bit older when I went into college. I turned 21 my so-called freshman year, so I was not in a kind of traditional position at this point. So this happens, and everybody says they have discernment. Now, one of the things is that I knew almost everybody in this class. Maybe not super well. We weren't like best friends. But I knew everyone in this class. I knew how they thought. I knew what they would say on certain issues. I knew them enough to know that most of them did not have discernment. Okay, almost none of these people actually had biblical discernment. And yet, they can take a spiritual gifts inventory and believe that they have this gift, that they do have the gift of discernment. That to me is a really troubling idea. And I have often looked back on that and thought that this is a serious problem that runs through evangelicalism. Everybody thinks that they have discernment. Everybody thinks that they know the truth and that they don't need anyone else to help them understand the way of truth. This ties into something that I've brought up before with the social media age and how everybody has basically de facto become teachers. Everybody has a platform where they can teach their ideas and spread their ideas, and there's not a high bar of entry to become a teacher now. And I think in many ways, like I said back whenever I talked about that's a good thing. But it's very troubling and it's very dangerous to have large groups of people, and admittedly this is anecdotal, but I think it's been borne out in my overall experience. And that's what this is here. I'm not going to take some kind of survey because that, in fact, those are unhelpful too. I think that I should talk some time about the problems of statistics and how I've basically become convinced that we shouldn't ever listen to statistics, not even if they agree with us, not even if they agree with our point of view. I'm becoming very anti-statistics. But all this being said, I think it's a very dangerous place to be when so many people believe that they have discernment. They believe that they are good judges of what is true and what is false. Hey everyone, thanks for listening today. If you have any questions, concerns, ideas, problems, anything with what I just said, feel free to reach out to me. My email is pastormichaeljbowman@gmail.com. You can find more information about Christ Covenant Church, where I pastor, at ccc-pca.org. And if you're in the La Crosse area, I would love to get together and talk more in person. All right, bye.